Hey guys, happy Easter. So I wanted to start a tradition where we have a time to talk about what the true meaning of Easter is on this channel. And I'm going to do a recap of the whole week. So, the Sunday before Easter was Palm Sunday. It was Jesus' triumphal entry. Entering to Jerusalem on a donkey, there were shouts of honor and adoration, shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is the coming kingdom of our father David. Hosanna in the highest," as said in Mark 11. On Monday was the temple cleansing. In Mark 11, Jesus drove out those who were buying and seeking in the temple. He said, "Is it not written, my house will be called a house of prayer for all nations? But you have made it a den of robbers." Tuesday was the Olivet Discourse. Jesus is saying, "Be watchful and ready for his return. Alert, signs of the end times." Mark 31:5, Jesus said, "Watch out that no one deceives you. Many will come in my name, claiming I am he, and will deceive many." Wednesday was Judas' betrayal for 30 pieces of silver. In Matthew 26, he went to the chief priests and said, "What will you give me if I deliver him over to you?" And they paid him 30 pieces of silver. On Thursday was the Last Supper. Jesus was having the Passover with his disciples. Jesus broke bread, which represents his body, and gave thanks for the cup, which represents his blood. He gave it to the disciples. Jesus predicts his betrayal and the disciples' abandonment. Jesus took Peter, James, and John, these 3 disciples, with him to the Garden of Gethsemane. He told them to wait here while he goes and prays, and he went a little further. Jesus then prayed. It was so intense that his sweat became like great drops of blood, as said in Luke 22:44. He experienced heavy anxiety. Peter, James, and John fell asleep on him 3 times. In Matthew 26:46, he then said, "Rise, let us be going. See, my betrayer is at hand." Judas then betrayed Jesus with a kiss. He's been arrested and taken into captivity. Good Friday. Trial at a high priest's house, brought before a Roman governor, sentenced to death, scourged, and crucified at 9 a.m. 7-inch spikes were put into him, and on his head he was placed a crown of thorns and was mocked. John 19:30 says, when he had received the drink, Jesus said, "It is finished." With that, he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. Peter is asleep. Judas has betrayed him. Mary is crying. Hope is lost. Death has won. Satan is laughing. Jesus is buried. A soldier stands guard. A rock is rolled into place. But Sunday is coming. By his blood we have been set free. He endured our pain. He bore all our shame. All because of his love, because of his cross, our debt is paid. He gave his life for us, and we should give our life to him. Christ died for the dirtiest version of yourself. The last words of Jesus proclaimed that his mission on earth was accomplished. All the weight of guilt and sin came head to head with the spotless Lamb of God. And in that moment, all sin, past, present, and future, was atoned for. Romans 6:5 says, "For if we have been united with him in a death like this, we shall certainly be united with him in a resurrection like this." Resurrection Sunday. Jesus rose from the dead, and the angel said, "He is risen," in Matthew 28. The glorious and victorious resurrection from the dead over sin and death. He is a future heavenly inheritance for us in heaven to live eternally with him, and all we need to do is come and truly believe in him by faith through Jesus, truly lay down our life to him. He is the King who was and is and evermore will be.